We don't want the situation that now happens in the Me Too movement in the US, where 30 years later, you talk about I was arrested in the elevator. No, if you don't complain within 12 months, please, cut it off.
General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Horace Chang, and the Jamaica Labour Party Women's Parliamentary Caucus have added their voices to the matter concerning comments made by Justice Minister Delroy last week during a joint select committee meeting on the sexual harassment bill. During the discussion on an appropriate time period for the reporting of sexual harassment, Mr. Chuck said he did not want to see persons making sexual harassment complaints years after the incident, as has been happening in the Me Too movement. This statement has drawn strong condemnation from members of the public. In the joint statement from the JLP today, Dr. Chang said the groups strongly condemn any statement which diminishes the importance of the issue of sexual harassment or the broader issue of sexual violence. He said Mr. Chuck's apology is welcomed. The JLP General Secretary added that going forward, he expects Mr. Chuck's conduct in the committee will reflect the seriousness with which such matters should be addressed. Meanwhile, the Justice Minister has issued another apology. In his statement on the weekend, Mr. Chuck apologized to anyone who found this remark he made at the Parliamentary Committee inappropriate.
We don't want the situation that now happens in the Me Too movement in the US, where 30 years later, you talk about I was arrested in the elevator. No, if you don't complain within 12 months, please, cut it off.
Now, in a statement issued today, Mr. Chuck said he deeply regrets what, upon reflection, was insensitive behavior on his part and unreservedly and sincerely apologizes. He says he acknowledges and sympathizes with the hurt and the trauma experienced by persons who are victims of harassment or any form of sexual abuse for which there is no statute of limitation.
I commit and assure everyone who has been concerned by my utterance that my conduct in committee meetings and otherwise will reflect the fact that I do not seek to diminish the importance of this issue. I always advocate for women to be treated with dignity and respect, and I believe in a society where women are never objectified or exploited. I ask for the public's forgiveness and commit to championing the cause and concerns of our women, and to be an ally and an advocate representing fully and fairly the women of Jamaica.
Delroy Chuck, how can you sympathize with victims and you're going to be an ally and advocate because the media blasts you when you said this?
If a person having been convicted of a sexual offense and has been given a fixed term and has served it and is now back in the community, would it not be a second sentence if the public at large could say that's a sex offender? So in other words, what would be wrong in allowing only prescribed persons such as the police, probation officers and others to know that this person has has served a sentence for a sex offense? Now, it may well be that if in a democracy, people feel that if you have committed a particular offense, you should suffer the scrutiny for the rest of your life.
So, Justice Minister, what I'm picking up right there, you don't want a predator to suffer the scrutiny for the rest of their lives, but victims must suffer the scrutiny for the rest of their lives, the pain for the rest of their lives. You don't want them to come back in the community and nobody to know that they are a sexual predator. So you want the predators to stay quiet, silence, so they can go into any other occupation and do the same thing over and over. What kind of justice minister are you? If this sexual predators list is made public, are we going to find the justice minister's name on it? People, tell me what you think in the comment section, because this is crazy. This is a man why the sexual registry list cannot be made public because he must sympathize with predator. From what I gather, it's like him not want them to live with that scrutiny for the rest of their lives. But victims can. Him not think them should come back into the community after them pick up a sentence and people should know that they are predators. Him not want us to know what kind of justice minister is this. You tell me in the comment section. This man is our serial lawbreaker. Let me know.